I'm now working on the second ALTEC compressor amplifier. This unit had severe mechanical damage. All the 4 filter capacitors were hanging off the chassis. One of them was actually out of the chassis and badly dented. So I straightened it up and restuffed it. Installed new phenolic bases because all the cans are insulated from the chassis for grounding purposes. Repaired a crack in the printed circuit board down there. Cleaned these switches, rotary switch and 2 slide switches, or rocker switches rather. Checked a few other things on it, continuity and so on. It's been modified by having a couple of small 160 picofarad capacitors across the mic input preamp. I don't think that'll make any difference to the performance of the unit, probably for RF suppression. Both units have actually been modified by having an additional 2000 microfarad reservoir capacitor in place of the original 1000 microfarad one. And for some reason they disconnected both of the 1000 microfarad reservoir capacitors. I tested them and they're both absolutely fine. In fact, all these capacitors are testing really good. Low ESR, low leakage, and capacitance with intolerance. Okay. I had noticed this one's now working. I had noticed that the mic gain control on this one is noisy, as it was on the first unit I worked on, and that needs to be completely removed from the chassis, dismantled, cleaned, and put back together. There's no way you can get any cleaner inside the pots for these. They're sealed. But anyway, it's switched on. It's working. I've got 0 compression on at the moment. Monitoring the output and the input on the scope. The input is the purple trace, and that's just taken from the input from a signal generator. And the yellow trace is the output from the unit. So as I wind up the mic gain, you can see it's pretty distortion free. I've got, of course, 0 compression on there. Switch it to the 5:1 ratio compression. You can see it's now reduced the signal strength, and if I actually increase the mic gain, it's noisy, as I say. You just jump around a little bit, but it holds the output level pretty constant. You can see the level of compression on here. If I do to either of the 10:1 ratio ones, you can see the output level drops even more, and wind the compression level up right up to about 30, and it doesn't change the output level significantly. It's got 2 release times, 0.5 second and 1.5. So if I switch it out, you can see it recovers fairly quickly on that one. If I then switch to the 1.5, it recovers more slowly. So there we go. That's the second compressor amplifier. Say just a couple of little jobs to do, including cleaning the mic gain control up, and I may or may not change all the capacitors on this printed circuit boards. There's quite a few of them. I think there's about 9 or 10. I think I should have them in stock if I need to change it, but the unit seems to be working great. I did change one on the first printed circuit board. There was a 50 microfarad capacitor that had leaked, but all the other ones seem okay. So there we go, 2 ALTEC type 1591A compressor amplifiers.